um, says that you can't get paid for doing real estate transactions in Pennsylvania unless you're licensed. They never have applied it to wholesaling until they wrote this new act, SB 1173, that went in January 2025. I personally don't know why they needed it because they had the leverage in the original act, but whatever. That said, units 1, 2, 3, and 4, you have to be a licensed agent working under a broker. Units 5 plus or land is a coin toss. You don't need that. Is back to the original law where different people whatever. Um, so we can work with you if you're not licensed. It doesn't pay you as much. There's the number one because we're taking a lot more risk and we're having to do things that um, you're not allowed to do legally. But we do it. We do it for my year. We do it for other guys. That's fine. But definitely, if you get licensed and you do not, realtor means nothing in any of this. You have to be a licensed agent. You do not have to be a realtor. The realtor is a choice. Think of it as a country club. If you want to be historically, if you wanted to be a premier residential, small multifamily, small mixed use agent, you had to become a realtor. Um, but you never had to. It was never required. But the only access you had to the MLS and yada yada. Well, now that Zillow carries everything and Homes carries everything, it's less important in that you were in that world. In this world, it doesn't mean anything at all. Um, in this world, it really doesn't mean anything at all because if you're wholesaling, you don't need the MLS much. If you do need the MLS, we can have that conversation with you. So you don't have to be a realtor; you have to be an agent. Um, and um, that's a pretty cheap thing. The course costs under $500. It costs under $500 every 2 years to keep your license active. It's a pretty low bill. So honestly, it's one of those. Why wouldn't someone, if you're doing real estate, why wouldn't you do it and then avoid any questions? Either way, we offer either way we can work with you, and the only thing that really changes is the numbers of how much you get per deal, and also whether or not and the recruitment doesn't really change. You can recruit for us if you're not a licensee, but it's whatever. So let me kind of show you some of the things that we offer here. That, sorry, go ahead. Any questions?
No, no
No, no
question.
question. Oh, and okay. So everybody back on? Looks like somebody dropped off there, but came back. Okay, cool. All right. So basically, we are a licensed PA broker. We work nationwide in a bunch of different areas as well. And I'm also a buyer of assets when the deals are good enough, especially self storage, mobile home parks, and small multifamily. Mobile home parks and self storage anywhere, small multifamily up in Luzerne County, Lackawanna County. So we have our main tool set is under REI homepage, resources, and we have forms, we have the documents and scripts, we have skip trace and data tools, we have AIs, including Land OS, which focuses exclusively on land. This thing's an amazing software a friend of mine built. It's phenomenal in the land space. Um, Rehab Evaluator, Deal Analyzer. You can check out the flood zones of the property. So pretty much all your research can be done here. And slowly, this resources section is going to go password protected soon. But actually, no, it did go password protected. I was logged in. Never mind. Then we have all these tools. So we bring a lot of tools to document generator, AOS generator. Um, that's my control panel. Email intake. We'll go to the all pages. It's easier. We have fast calculators. We have analyzers that do comps and searches, and they check flood zone and everything else and give you values. We have a system that reads the pictures from photos. We have a lot of tools that do a lot of different things. And when they read the pictures and photos, they're generating rehab estimators. Um, So there's a lot of tools that come with working with us. And the biggest thing is that I've been in real estate way too long. I bought my first building in 1997. A commercial building out in Boston, and I've done a bunch of deals since then or whatever. And really, what we're looking for is, and as an agent, as a licensed agent, you can do anything. You can work with buyers, work with sellers. You can, focus like Nair is in the commercial space. Which you can focus anyway. You can focus even before you're licensed, but basically, you have complete freedom. As a non-licensed with us, really the primary job in that part of the business, in the wholesale part of the business, is getting in front of buyers and sellers. It's one of the reasons we built all these tools. Is to give you all the capability you can to find the buyer, to find specifically the sellers. The buyers are helpful, but they're less important, because if you've got nothing to sell to them, then there's really, buyers are very non-monogamous. They don't care where they get a deal. They simply want a deal. That's all they want. So it's our job to get to the sellers. Now, here's what you typically don't want in the wholesale space. You don't want anything listed. First of all, if it's with an agent, I have to talk to the agent. We can't talk to the seller. The seller's not allowed to talk to anybody if they're with the licensed agent under contract. Second is that if they're on the Facebook Marketplace or Zillow or Craigslist or whatever the hell they're using, and in some cases even if they have a sign in front of their yard, the world that would be interested in buying the house has already seen it. I think in the last 15 years, two deals have come from someone finding something on Facebook Marketplace or other public site. Because if you think about it, wholesaling is all about selling to somebody for more than what the seller is willing to take for the house. So if the seller has put it out there at 50, first of all, if he'd sold it at 50, he wouldn't be talking to us because it would have already been sold. Second of all, the market's now seen it at 50. So they're not going to buy it at 50 from us because they've seen it and for whatever reason they didn't act on it. So when we bring it back to the market after contracting with the seller, we have to bring it back to the market way under 50. Like not 45, like probably 30, 35. Because otherwise, maybe 40. So otherwise, the market would have already, I'm sure if he's advertising it at 50, he's already gotten an offer of 45. He might have gotten an offer of 42. Either he didn't take it or there was no offer. So if we go after a property that's already advertised, first of all, the seller already knows what he's been getting for offers. And the market already knows about the house. So if he's offering 50, we have to bring it back on the market below 50, so we have to buy it for below 50. So that's primarily the job here. Now, what we do is we work with you and we do 3 weekly trainings, typically 3. Sometimes I can't make all of them, but we try to do 3 weekly trainings. 1-hour trainings. Obviously, you guys have direct access to me. We also run. You also become part of a live online community called the Asset Mastermind. Somebody just beeped. No? Okay, that's weird. Oh wait, somebody else came in. Okay. Anyway, live. We have a live online community that we're building called the Asset Mastermind. So, what our agents get access to, and what we try to do is we try not to beat up the wholesalers. Now, in the program that Nair has been a part of for a while, and in the Asset Mastermind program, which is sort of the replacement for that, we work on a percentage basis with you because until you're licensed, we have to take a lot of the risk in doing these deals. It seems like, I'm not sure how to say his name, Yaya keeps going in and out, so I'm not sure if they're having technical issues, but that's why I'm recording it. So hopefully we can help that.
Wait, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I was joining off my computer.
Oh, okay. Because I saw you appear as the second one. You're there as the first. You're there. You were there twice. Now you're there once. Okay, fine. How do you say your name?
My real name Yajir, but my nickname Yaya.
Okay, all
That's
right.
easier to pronounce. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Anyway, so yeah, so basically, so what we do here with the Asset Mastermind, and there is a version of doing this for free, but I'll be honest with you that the free version has been of limited success because, frankly, something for free, you bring me a deal. If you bring a deal in, I'll always JV with you on a deal, whether or not you're part of our community. Is basically what the free version comes in, because basically, I can only do so much for free. That's pretty much what it boils down to. You bring a deal in, we analyze. You bring a deal in fully formed, and we'll do that. What most people are doing now, it's the last 3 or 4 unlicensed people I brought on board have done the Asset Mastermind for $300 a year, which gives you all that training and gives you access to all of our technology. Now the difference, and also of course we walk you through all the tools and we walk you through the deals. The whole point here is that I want people bringing me deals, and I want people bringing me new agents. Now the other section to it is that oh, Linda's not on here yet. Never mind. The other section to it is that we can offer people lending, debt service coverage ratio lending, transactional lending, everything else like that. And you guys can get paid on that, and that stuff does not require a license. I train it, I run it. It's a split of the profits. So there's 3 ways you can make money. You make money off deals, make money off lending, make money off recruiting other people into the company. Now, the difference between unlicensed and licensed when it comes to doing a transaction is not your monthly or annual fee so much as how you get paid. If you're not licensed and we're having to be the license that covers the job, then we take a percentage. Like it pretty much varies on how much you put into a deal. You get between 20. If you just give a name and number and say, hey, listen, Janie's waiting for your call. Here's information on our house. Goodbye. I don't want to deal with it. You get 15 to 20%. If you name a number and a warm introduction and you do a little bit of stuff, but then for whatever reason your life takes you in a different direction, you get a third. If you stay in the deal like Nair does, and you're working it, and whatever deal comes up, you're working it, and we're doing everything all the way to closing, you get between 40 and 60%, depending on exactly what kind of deal it is. It's commercial, it's residential, whatever. So that's how, if you're unlicensed, you're getting paid. Now, if you're licensed, that math changes. You either choose the 80-20 plan, and you may choose. We're still having this conversation, and my partner Ryan came in as a student just like you guys, paid student, and what I used to, the version before Asset Mastermind, and we were 50-50ing deals. And he just decided to keep that going because we do well by splitting stuff. But once you get licensed and you get past your mentorship, you have the right to say, hey, listen, I want to not split deals on a percentage basis anymore. I either want to do 80-20, brokerage gets 20%, you get 80%. Or what a lot of guys are, what we're just rolling out now is they're paying $75 a month, so it's a little more, but they're only paying $800 per closing. I've got a guy in Pittsburgh right now who's lining up to do a closing. He's going to make $30,000, and I'm getting $800. But it's virtually, I mean, I'm as his broker, I'm mentoring him because that's what brokers do. But it's pretty much his deal. So getting licensed, you jump to a whole nother level of money. And again, license, in case I wasn't around, license does not mean realtor. Realtor is a club. Realtor is a separate cost. There are separate advantages. You don't need that. I don't care. You want to become a realtor, wonderful. You don't, that's fine. Don't care. So what this means basically is, and what so what it means to give a complete package. What you want to learn from your sellers, and we walk you through all this. Obviously, we're kind of rushing through it today, but we blah, blah, blah. The AI or the form has lots of questions, and the type of questions change based on the type of deal. Commercial is different than residential. Self-storage is different than mobile home parks, whatever. But we ask a lot of questions of the seller of the property: square feet, units, condition, is there a mortgage, pictures, whatever. Bedrooms, bathrooms, water source. Then this is the other important part. So when I say 15% for name and number, that's pretty much, hey, JD's got a 3-2 on Main Street. I know nothing about it. I don't need to know nothing about it. I want 15%. Here's the name and phone number. Phase 2 is you've collected some basic information from the seller. That's the 30% range. You've basically filled out the form. You've basically collected, but you've interviewed Janie enough to know bedrooms and bathrooms and units and whatever. Phase 3, when you turn it over for full fee, it includes stuff that the seller is not going to give you. Google Link, Zillow Link, Google Maps, PropStream. We provide you with a batch lead, with access to a batch lead subscription. Submission date. Trying to find other ones. Everything else. You're doing other research, and you're trying to use that information. You're slowly learning to use that information to figure out the values of the properties. And when you present it to us, you're presenting something that's a little more complete. I'm going to open up the baby analyzer. Here, there we go, baby analyzer. And the AI helps a lot with that. So you'll fill in the AI. You can upload documents if they provide pictures or whatever to analyze the deal. So you've done an analysis. You put that in here. Now we have baby analysis, and that's when we get involved and help make the deal happen. So our tools here, and I'll just show you this one real quick. I'm just gonna put basically an empty one in. It'll show you what its results come up as. So when you're presenting a deal to us, you're giving us enough to go on. That's the difference between the 15 and the 30%, or the 15 and the 30% versus the full, is that you're giving us the answers to the wholesale sheet. You're giving us the results of the baby analyzer and everything it's done. So we're starting from a point of information. This thing is automatically just on that address. It's showing comps. It's showing comp context. It's running down the data sources that it checked and giving you the results of the data sources that it checks. It's trying to come up with repair estimates, and it's throwing everything in a drive. So this is one of the tools you guys get access to. So basically, I'll kind of wrap it up with this: that what we're looking for is the people to work with us to do real estate deals. We want you to get licensed. It frankly doesn't make sense for you not to get licensed at some point, but we're fine working either way. What we offer besides the technology is, frankly, we're the ones taking the risk. My newest licensed agent down in Pittsburgh has already lined up 2 or 3 deals, and he's found a local agent. He doesn't want to become an MLS member. He's found a local agent to JV with. We're working through some hiccups on that plan, but basically, he hit the ground running day one. And he has a great lead source he buys leads from, which we can share that with you as well. So what we offer here as the wholesale broker, if you're not licensed, or as Guerrilla Real Estate if you are, is an asset mastermind is the underlying education model. That's all the 3 hours a week and everything. Is that we provide all the solutions to getting it done, and we provide the legal cover and the 25 years of guidance. The last and possibly most important thing we provide is you're going to face the seller because there's way too many wholesalers right now. There's way too many buyers. There's way too many everybody. The obvious question is, why you? Well, you have two answers. We're new, we've read some books, and we think this is fun. Or, we read some books, we think this is fun, and we're backed by a broker who's been investing in his own money in real estate since 1997. Da, 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 da. I can show them my accredited investor letter, which means I have enough money to buy the deal. If I want to, I can just write a check. So you gain a lot by being part of this. And yeah, I mean, there's obviously some costs. You know, we really, you know, the there's obviously some costs, but there's a lot more benefits than there are costs. Any questions? Anybody got any thoughts or anything?
I had some questions because
Yep.
I'm already paying for like softwares like PropStream and Go High Level and stuff like that. What do you offer softwares like that? I wasn't here when you.
Yeah. So so as part of our system, so behind everything is we have a Go High Level account. And your leads, you have access to the Go High Level account. You can put your leads into the Go High Level account. You can run that way. The AI talks to the Go High Level account, so anything you put through here goes there as well. If you want your own, I know Go High Level is a better name for it, but if you want your own silo in Go High Level, we can get that for you for like $50 a month instead of like if you can be part of our silo and no one's going to look at your stuff, but it's in the common box. If you want your own box, I think it's like $50 a month or something for me to get another sub, whatever it's called, on Go High Level. So basically, yes, we have that. We have PropStream. Basically, I have batch leads, and through, I think it's Nair, we have access to a PropStream. So I'm not saying I'm giving you somebody else's PropStream account. We have access to it. We can look something up on PropStream, but we have batch leads. And batch leads is pretty much the same routine. I mean, they're all about the same. In terms of technology, we also have. There's another one we have access to. I can't think of the name of it. But pretty much batch leads is the same kind of thing. You can you can comp a property. You can do locations and addresses. You can generate lists. You can even call right from PropStream. We do not maintain an auto dialer. If you want to do your own auto dialing, that's $200 a month. We don't pay. We can talk about it if you're going to use it enough. We can certainly talk about that. But a lot of people either just dial by hand or they use the dialer in batch leads. You can dial right from the screen. Batch leads also has a baby CRM in it. And I have two other lifetime CRMs that I bought over the years and I've never used. So if you want to do one of those, that's fine. Our goal is that you don't really need to invest really anything in the software. You don't, and also we provide a lot of data. Like we will send out lists. We also spend a poop load of money on whatever Dataflick is calling itself now. They got bought by REI something and bought by something else, but they are a super AI lead generation software. They are a super AI lead generation software, which we bought for Luzerne County only. It's $700 a month or something absurd. I don't know why it didn't just log me in, but whatever. So we have a lot. So really, I mean, you continue using your tools. Like I said, in a year, somebody has PropStream, and we have access to it through that. We also have access, if you're working in the commercial space, to. And we show. Yeah, let me pull up the sheets. That's the other thing I want to do. Sheets. We have a crazy amount of software that we've bought over the years that we give people access to. And we go as far as just giving you the login to a lot of them. These are things from AppSumo. These are softwares we pay on a subscription basis, like LandOS. Um, here's the batch leads login you can use. Here's our questions, and so on and so forth. Tracked IQ is a specialized. It's like the batch leads for self storage, pretty much. We have access to that. We have access to a couple other commercial softwares. So that's really when I'm talking about what you're paying for with the Asset Mastermind and the asset and the brokerage, $75 a month, $800 per closing. Believe me, that money's going back out of what we're paying in software. We're not looking to make money off what we're sharing. We're just looking to break even. We make the closings are where everybody makes money. Did that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, that answer.
Yeah.
I had another question. Like starting off, like wholesale, what would you recommend we do? Like residential or start off commercial or?
You get to choose that. That's completely your choice. You get to choose that, kind of depending on. I mean, a lot of people. What I tell everybody is that the bell curve is simply there's more properties and there's more buyers in the basic 1 to 4 residential space, but there's more competition. And also, I mean, people make millions in any of it, but you'll see a lot of people say, I mean, I sold 4,000 houses last month. Da, da, da. Yeah, you can, because there's millions of houses out there. We also run an asset. We also have a new thing called asset recovery, which is helping people who didn't. So when a house is sold at tax sale or foreclosure, if it's sold for more than it owes, that extra money is supposed to go back to the homeowner. And a lot of homeowners don't know that, and they never collect it. So we also have an asset recovery thing we can train you on, where you can get paid. We all can get paid on helping people get the surplus back. So there's a lot more activity in the residential space, but there's a lot more competition in the residential space. The commercial space, there's a lot more, perhaps, money per deal in the commercial space, but they're a lot slower and harder. It's kind of like land. That's why That's why we partnered with Eric for the whole LandOS technology. I guess we didn't really partner. I guess we more or less bought into his software, but whatever. Because everybody finds what they like. Like for me personally, I do residential transactions. Ryan and I partner on them. Nair and I partner on them. That's fine, but I don't enjoy them. Okay, I don't enjoy showing. Of course, it didn't come up when I opened it, but whatever. I don't enjoy showing people 4-bedroom houses. I just don't. I don't enjoy dealing with people's $20,000 houses. However, I love analyzing self-storage. I love commercial. So and I think Nair's kind of headed in that direction as well. That he's more happy with the commercial side of things. So it's also a different conversation a lot of times. Investors looking to wholesale their commercial land, they're doing it. It's a numbers game. They're like, oh, I have this asset. I know I could put it on the open market. And that's the thing we got to understand. They could always go and put it on the open market, which if you're licensed, you are part of that. You have that opportunity and get more. Like maybe would they get more or not? Don't know, but they can try for more because we're simply taking a commission as an open market listing agent. But in the wholesale world, they're looking to move faster. They're looking to, hey, listen, what kind of resolution can you give me in 2 weeks? And so they're willing to sacrifice money for that. So the philosophy in the commercial world is, I don't have a personal, this wasn't my family home. I wasn't born here. I don't care about this. What's the math tell me? Or I'm in trouble and I need to move quickly, and the math tells me how do I get out. In the residential world, you're going to have a lot more stories of the sellers in trouble, but they both can make you a lot of money. You pick, a long way of saying you pick which direction you go in. And we will guide you. I mean, we'll you can try it all. It's not like you have to sign up and say, this is my path. I am commercial man. No, you can do a little bit of everything. Like Nair is doing mostly commercial self storage and a little residential. Okay, fine. And my role is I'm not out there competing for transactions. I want to team up with people. I'm much happier in being the back office for everything. I am much happier in teaching people stuff and in developing these tools. And by the way, we also have, and I think this might be the first in the industry, voice training. These are actually AIs that talk to you. So instead of just yes, you can practice with us, you can learn with us, whatever. But you can also learn with the AIs. Like the AI will pretend it's a seller, pretend it's a buyer, whatever. And you're not reading on the screen. There's no text involved. You're talking it. Now, the last thing is, you're not out there on your own. When you get a seller or a buyer, appropriately, on the line, until you're comfortable, dial me in. Dial, whoever else, dial that you're in. Let us co-call this with you, whatever. And we will tell you, just so we don't saddle Nair with everything. When you recruit somebody, you're not their upline, you're not their broker. So right now, as you dial me in, if Nair wants that position to be the guy who kind of helps you, he's whatever. You guys work it on your own, that's fine too. But your call is to me unless Nair tells me it's okay. So that's what I'm getting at. But the first several calls, I advise people, hey, listen, you get somebody on the line, dial me in, let me show you how the call is done. It's the doctor method. You'll hear me do it a few times, then I'll watch you do it a few times, then you're okay doing it. And if you're okay now, go for it. But long way of saying you're never out there on your own. Any questions?
Nah, I don't
All right.
got no.
Yeah, you're answering all the ones that I could think.
All right, cool. Yeah. So basically, so the next step here, guys, is basically to get assuming you want to. Does everybody want to do it? Do you have anything that's making you not want to do it? Tell me where you're at there.
With me, I want to do wholesale, but I'm SMS blessing right now, but I feel like it'll be easier with more advanced people in the space. So I feel like if y'all help me get further in real estate, I want to do it. But
Okay. All right. How's everybody else feeling? I couldn't.
Yeah, I feel the
wasn't
same way.
listening to
I
it.
would want to. If I can get some help, I would want to move forward into the wholesale.
yeah, because right now it's like we just winging it, like we. But if it's better if we got a blueprint laid out for us, it'll
Yeah.
be easier. We ain't gotta go through the mistakes that y'all went through.
Exactly, and that's exactly it. And people say, "Oh, well, I can go to YouTube," and I go, "Yeah, you can go to YouTube, and you can guess if the person, ever did a fucking thing." I don't know how else to say that any nicer, but you can guess, or you can come here and hey, listen, this we actually did this crap. We actually do this, and also just in addition to my background, I've buying for 25 years and so forth. I'm the broker of Guerrilla Real Estate. My management company, my wife has brought it up over 100 units now as Crimson Cape. In addition to all of I own some property, and I only own 12 or 15 units or something, I think, because we sold off a lot during COVID. We're actually trying to buy back. We got a couple of wholesale companies, but we run. Okay, Crimson's website's not up yet. That's right. It's amazing in the property management space how you don't need a website. She's been doing this 3 years and up to 100 units and no website. Basically. Also, storage guys. We're also a member of the country's largest self-storage buying and mentorship network, Scott Myers. Which doesn't mean you can go to their events. It just means that I can bring things home from those events, kind of thing. So basically, here's what kind of the wrap it up kind of part of it is that Anybody can sign on with us as a free JV partner and basically, bring us deals, or you get somebody on the line, you can call us up, yada yada yada. But that's pretty much all the free JV partnerships get, is that, hey, we'll give you the blueprint, we'll give you the direction. You can come to one of the trainings a week. I have a special 30 minute Monday training that is aimed strictly at the people who don't want to be part of anything else. They just want to be they want to be free. They want to be free JV. They want to bring deals. They don't want to do any of the paid trainings. I do Monday shows where that's what that's for. And really, the difference there, besides you get less training, and I'm not trying to upsell you on the money, because here's the thing. As long as you're splitting your deals with us, if you buy into Asset Mastermind, I reimburse you the Asset Mastermind out of your first deal, the $300. I reimburse that. So, like, I don't care about the $300. I didn't make $300 a year because I thought I was going to make $1 million. I just did it to kind of weed out the people who weren't going to be out. If you aren't wanting to or able to do the $300, that's great. We still want to work with you. We still want you to bring deals in. So the bottom level, not the bottom level, the free level is 1 hour a week on Mondays I'm teaching, and it's all about how to get the deals. And I will tell you that you'll hear me say the word recipe a billion times. I've got a guy from northern New York, central New York, wherever he's from, and he's been with us 4 months, and he hasn't, in those 4 months, I think maybe he's made 20, no, I'm not lying, 20 cold calls to sellers. I think he's put out maybe 3 flyers. And he keeps calling. He's like, I need more help. I need more help. I said, well, and it's like, no, I don't want to pay for that stuff. I said, well, okay, you need more help, but you haven't done the recipe. He'll go on, see something on Zillow in Jersey or whatever town he picks, and he'll be like, hey, 123 Main Street, Jersey, what do you think of it? And I'm like, I think I'm not lifting a finger. I said, first of all, I don't know why you're going to Zillow for this stuff. And second of all, if you didn't do the research that I taught you how to do on the deal, if you didn't fill out the form, I'm not going to fill it out for you. Because I've done that, and I'm not that much of a jerk, because I've done this a bunch of times with them. It's like, if you haven't done the research and you haven't followed the recipe. So I'm going to tell people, you want to follow the recipe. The free JV program is all about following the recipe. All of it is, but especially that part, because it only matters if you bring us a deal we can act on. Then, then just to kind of lay out the differences. So I can send you those. You send me your name, your email address. I send you the free JV partnership. We do the once a week training. You have direct access to me. That's fine. The whole thing there, everything I'm teaching is getting in front of sellers, bringing us sellers that want to buy property. And when you get to Nair's point, which is a little further down the curve, if you want, and he's much closer to getting licensed, that's really the point of the curve, then you can start talking about bringing buyers and so on and so forth. So that's the free one. For $300, you get access to all the tools. Well, I'm sorry, most of the tools. Some of the tools are the next level up, but whatever. So some of the tools are for licensing only, but you get access to most of the important tools, which really are these ones in yellow. Fast Calc, Baby Analyzer. I didn't turn Rehab one in yellow yet either. And the other one that's very important, by the way, is you get access to an was walkthrough. Voice agent walkthrough. Alright, I think it's already walkthrough. I need to organize these a little bit better. Yeah, so this literally walks you through every the entire process of walking through a property.
Wait, are you sure it's on? Because I can't see it sure.
Oh, whoops. Did I take it? Sorry, I took it offline, man. Sorry, there we go. I'll bring it back. Voice agent walkthrough. So you get access to, so the ones in yellow, let me show you the ones in yellow. So as part of Asset Mastermind, you get access to, as far as free JV, you get access to Fast Calc. Fast Calc and Fast Rehab, which isn't lit up in yellow yet, but it will be. Asset Mastermind for $300 a year. You get Baby Analyzer, Pick Rehab, and a couple others that I can't think of right now, but also Walkthrough, which is there it is, Property Walkthrough. That one. This one, you start a new review. You pick what kind of property it is because we are one of the few that do every kind of property, and it walks you through all the questions. These are questions for before, which you should have gotten on the phone. This is when you get to the house. It tells you everything you need to know to walk through a house. And you're literally going through and you're answering questions. You're taking pictures. It's going to run on your phone. And it's all this is doing is storing the information that you'll then be able to draw from when you do the rest of your analysis and so forth, and when you present the package to us. So this is literally helping you walk through a property and be like, oh, well, let's talk about plumbing sections. Let's talk about, I'm in the basement. What should I be looking at in the basement? So that's the step. Everything here is about selling deals or about finding sellers that want to make transactions. Everything. So that and then when you get licensed and you want to get out of the percentage base split into the 800 per closing or whatever, when you get to that point, and you can get to the 800 per closing model, it's not 800 before you get licensed if you're not working in units 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're working in commercial, we can give you a flat rate per closing. It'll be a higher number, but like 1,800, I think, or something. But basically, you don't have to be licensed to get to the next level, but the next level you open up access to virtually everything. And a lot of these are in testing. So like when I open them up, they'll still be in a bit of a beta mode. So those are kind of the three things. So right now, just to kind of wrap this up for everybody, is you send us your name and email address, send it through Nair so he can I can make sure he gets credit. Oh yeah, and then we'll get you signed up for the free JV program. I'll send you more information on the paid ones, and you can make your decisions from there. And then here's what we offer. So you get so if you recruit other people into the agent sphere, the wholesale sphere, you're getting 15% of whatever check I cash from them. And I'm not trying to sell you and this is only one level. We are not multi-level. There is no, well, I brought in Janie and she brought in Donna. Nope. You get Janie gets Donna. Because I'm not federally licensed for the other. But on the education stuff, if someone buys Asset Mastermind, you get I think it's 20%, 20 or 25 of that. You get more from the education stuff. If you want to get involved in lending, there's a whole different split for lending. If you want to get involved with property surplus assets, we can talk about that too. The point is, not only are you getting paid on deals here, not only are you getting paid on actual transactions, but you're getting paid on helping us expand the group here. By going to people and doing exactly what Nair did with you. Say, hey, listen, I work with this guy, it's good. He offers a lot of stuff, yada yada. A lot of tools, a lot of whatever. So that's it. I mean, are you guys thinking you want to start off at Asset Mastermind? What are you guys thinking about?
I'll just start off with the basics and stuff like that.
Yeah, the beginner one.
Yeah.
See how it go.
All right, and listen, I'm totally fine with the free one. I will tell you the one thing in experience, from experience in doing this, is that, and I'm fine either way. Free JV is totally, I give you the tools, I give you the direction, and how it goes depends on how well you execute it. With the Asset Mastermind, I'm not making any guarantees anywhere, but with the Asset Mastermind, we're spending 3 hours a week on actually learning the business of real estate. So we're doing the Asset Mastermind people have access to the Monday show where it's talking about just about how to bring in sellers. But the other 3 days are deal analysis, how to know if it's a good deal, marketing. There's every day is a different topic. And so again, I'm not putting the other direction down, but the see how it goes thing is going to be like, okay, I give you the tools, I point you in the direction, and okay, I've taught you how a fishing pole works, I've taught you about bait, I've given you some bait, and now go get fish. And we check in, we talk, whatever. But just realize that that's the entire focus of the free JV program is go get fish. Which is great. I mean, listen, that's how Ryan started. That's how Nair started. Whatever. But just realize, and you can always change it in the future. So I'll send you the free JV partnership sign up, and we'll go from there. And I will send you further information on asset and everything else, and we'll take it from there, guys. So if you just text Nair your name and your email address, and obviously he probably has your phone number, Nair, if you can send me all that, we'll get people's agreements out.
You said this the free class is 1 hour on Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course everything's available. Let me go back to where to go. Yeah, everything's available on. If you can't be at the class, you can always go to our our YouTube, and everything is there. Like a lot of crap is there. I haven't locked that down yet, but basically, like you'll even see under the live tab. Today is there, so every class I record goes here. So if you can't make it, I do them during business hours, especially on the free ones, because I don't really want to mess up my personal time for free. But basically, it's always 11:30. It's Mondays 11:30 for free JV. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are asset mastermind and brokerage, and then I try not to do stuff on Fridays. But anyway, so basically, yeah. So it's always this channel. It's always the same StreamYard channel, or you can watch it on YouTube if the StreamYard doesn't work for you. That's it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. All right. Well, I guess whenever you get that stuff, now you send it over, and I won't do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll send everybody their stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you too. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.